Here we go. So, for any of you that are new to my channel, I'm Nikki. I'm 66. I'm a widow. And I had to basically watch everything we worked for 35 years disappear into the vast array of medical tests and doctors and trying to take care of my late husband who was too sick to work, and I couldn't work like I wanted to because I had no one to help me take care of him. I was up in Maine when this all started. Well, after a year of watching my husband decline, I knew things were looking pretty bad. My sons were down here in Florida, and I'm very familiar with this area of Florida because this was our stomping grounds where we worked winters. We were snowbirds that worked, and antique shows and whatnot. And so I'm like, I don't know what's gonna become of my husband. He's going down fast, and I'm probably not going to be able to take care of him myself. I think I'll go down to Florida where my sons are. And so I did, and I planned things out, and before I could lose anything, I'd sell it. And I finally, after selling just about everything, a senior apartment, subsidized, came up with my name on it. I had applied for it a year and a half previous. Me and my husband were going to move in here, but he died, and so I got this nice little apartment to myself, and it really is about enough for one person. Two people, it would have been rough. My husband could not stand to have anybody else in his room. He had to have his own bed. I would have had I don't know, some sort of a day bed here instead of a sofa. So, yeah, it's like everything worked out the way it was supposed to. God had my back, I feel, entirely. And, I thought out my plans. I'd been thinking them out for years before he died because I knew what was coming, and so I made my plans. And so more recently, when I turned 65, I got Medicare, and I decided to keep the original only because I needed to see a lot of specialists, and I need to make some decisions whether I was going to have surgery on my lumbar or hip or both. And my decision was no, I don't want to do that. I made that decision with my PCP, and she just doesn't feel she's seen a good outcome with the lumbar surgery. Hips, yeah. Knees, great. Shoulder, absolutely, but not the lumbar. And since we don't really know where the pain's coming from, is it the hip, is it the lumbar, I'm just leaving everything alone right now. Yeah, it's really rough. It's very painful. But I just am not ready to make any decisions. So I'd been talking with a neighbor, and she was pushing me toward, oh, you've just got to call these people. You've got to talk to them. Are you crazy? You're losing money every month. And I'm like, okay, I'll call. So first I went online and I looked into the various Advantage plans for Medicare. And, there's A and B. What? A is your doctors, B is your hospital stays. Is that right? Or vice versa. Don't ask me. I'd have to go get the book and look. I'm not your typical, and I'm not a financial manager, fiduciary, healthcare I'm just a plain old person, poor senior, living on $9.90 a month. Yeah, believe it or not, it ain't easy, and I keep creeping my credit card debt back up. I paid it all off. Come to find, I still have $500 in credit card payment. I'm like, where did that come from? I think it was the trip that I took. Yeah, that cost me a bundle, even though I didn't pay for a room or air. Just paying for food and what little expenses here and there. And I also bought in America the Beautiful pass. That was $80. Ouch. And so Am I ever going to go see any of those places again? Hell if I know. So, yeah, okay. So I looked, and I was looking for the biggest over-the-counter payment that I could use for food, and United Healthcare won. So I've got this dual complete plan with the HMO. If I took the PPO, I might have been able to keep my current PCP, which I'm very sad to have lost her, but I'm so sick of doctors anyway. But, I really enjoyed having her as my PCP for many, many years now, 6 at least. And it's really sad, but I'm going to go see a new one. But, and that'll be my new PCP. The PPO, I would have lost a lot of money. I would have lost $500 off. Well, first let me tell you what I get. With the HMO, and I have to stay within network, and that's fine. Like I said, I'm not doing any surgeries. God forbid if I ever got cancer. God forbid. Knock on wood. I would not go the chemo radiation route. Sorry, I've seen it too much, and all it looks like to me is long-term torture. If it metastasizes. Once it metastasizes, I don't know. Some people, very few, are very lucky. I don't think I'd want to go through the torture. I might try something alternative. I don't know, but that's not what this is about. So what I'm trying to say is I don't need a lot of medical care. I don't have a lot of prescription drugs. I occasionally get my fluticasone nasal spray. And whatever this new stuff is, she replaced my loratadine with levocetirizine, which is like Zyrtec or something, for my allergies, which I really don't use that much either. If I start to feel like, oh shoot, here comes an infection, I know what it feels like, from the various flora and fauna, and if I eat too many dense foods at the same time, I get an infection. And I'll start taking that stuff around the clock. Just keep taking it and spray the nose, whole thing, and my sinuses usually clear up and I'm good to go. But doctors, I'm not crazy about the medical profession. All they have to offer me is a pill or a knife. I'm sick of it, guys. So I have my medical marijuana, and that's where I get my pain relief. And I like that because it doesn't constipate me. I'm sorry. Pain pills and muscle relaxers, they dry out my whole body, and I'm already dry from the fibromyalgia and the chronic fatigue. So, hey. So, yeah, I don't need a lot of medical care. If I did, I'd probably go back to original. Maybe. It really depends how United's going to treat me, and we'll find out, as we go along. So what they're giving me is $270 a month in food, over-the-counter, or utilities, and I'm going to use it all on food. The second thing they're giving me is $550 for eyeglasses. Yes, because these cost me $300. And the last time I got them, my last exam was July 28th, 2022. So I'm due a new one. And so I get my new card on the 1st. And then I will make my eyeglasses appointment and either have these updated or throw them away. I really like to get contacts or try. I don't think I can. My eyes are so dry. I mean, my lids are like sticking to them. Anyway, drink more water. I'm trying. So, yeah, okay. So the glasses, and the biggest, guys, $3,500 for fixing my teeth. And I need these fixed. These all have openings at the bottom. They got holes. And they're deteriorating because it seems I just have a problem with degeneration from my spine to my teeth. Oh, this might have happened during the pandemic. I had a deficiency in D. Would you believe it? I was down to 9. Yeah, I think you're supposed to be at 29, and I was down to a 9, and they're like, whoa! So they started giving me synthetic D, 50,000 IU a week. Yeah, 50,000. And we did that for a year. I was that bad off. I think the last one they did, and when I go to this new doctor, I think I'm going to ask for a whole new CBC. I'd like to have a look at the D. I'd like them to look at my thyroid again because I did have a problem with reverse T3 for a while. Hopefully I don't right now. And not that I would take their pills, I wouldn't. I'd find a supplement over the counter and, maybe use my over the counter plan. No, that's for food. What does it matter? It's all going to come out of my pocket somewhere on a credit card. Okay, so I get my $270 for food. I get per month. I love this, guys. My current food bill, where's my Walmart credit card? I put all my food on my Walmart credit card so I can see what I'm spending. Except I did take spare money last night and went out for steak. I didn't want to make Dennis pay for it because if they pay for anything of mine, it comes from their personal account, and that means more taxes for them, and I don't want them to do that. $298.29, and it's only the third week. That's what I've spent on food, and I'm a little sad about that because my plan was $70 a week for 4 weeks, and as you can see, I'm over. 7 times 3 is 28, so I'm already over, and I still got a week, and my produce is gone. I like produce. What am I going to eat? Frozen broccoli. Oh no. And guys, I got to tell you, the poultry thing, I'm just not into it. I want clams. I want clams. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get that. So, what am I going to do? That's part of my strategy for trying to get a little more cash money in my pocket. And that's why I've decided on an Advantage plan. Let's see how it works. I'll try it out for the next year. Get my teeth fixed. Get my glasses. These are things original Medicare aren't giving me. Plus, I get 72 rides to doctors and wherever if I want it. So if I want to save money on gas, which I wouldn't mind, I might use that as well. So, yeah, I'm going to find out how all this works and take gross advantage. And, yeah, that's my plan, to have a little more cash in my pocket. And why not? I paid for these out of pocket, $300 right here, sitting on my face, not counting the doctor's fee, which I must have paid out of pocket. Yeah, I had that $49 coupon. It's $59 now, but I don't like those guys. I'm picking a different optometrist. He didn't want to give me, what do you call it? Contacts. And I'd really like contacts. Guys, these are ultra thins. These are ultra thin lens. I'm blind as a bat. I still have to use this for fine print. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's all I have to say in this segment. And hoping for more life for all. Yay!